bad video. We're making the good video. Yes.
We need one video.
This is gonna be seamless. Oh, everybody line up.
Alright. Hey guys, my name is Brian Caro. I'm with Team Lettuce. When the player enters the room, he'll use the crate to place on the pressure plate. The player can also pick up a cash pickup. When the player enters the next room, he will use the barrel to break through the debris. Once the player has broken through the debris, they will use the crate to open the next door. There will also be a cash pickup here. Once the player has placed the crate on the pressure plate, they will enter through the next room, avoiding a fire. The player will then have to use beams to create a pathway across this toxic waste. The player will then jump on these barrels, trying to avoid the waste. When the player enters to the next room, to their left will be a health pack. The player will then use this extinguisher to extinguish these fires. In this room, the player will destroy the debris and collect a power cell. The player will use the power cell to power the generator, and it will open the door. In this room, there will be a cash pickup and another health pack. When the player leaves the room, there will be a toxic waste pool. The player will use these barrels to get across. The player
That was the hardest thing I had to do in my life. Holy
What
shit.
the hell is going on? Really?
Brian was trying to jump over this fucking barrel and got stuck for a good 5 seconds, and then I started laughing a little bit. I looked at Brian and then I started laughing, and he started laughing, and I don't know, man. That shit was so fucking funny. I just wouldn't even look anywhere. I just gotta.
Alright.
Did you get everything though?
Alright. Once the player has gotten across the toxic waste, they will go over the You alright? Once the player has gotten across the toxic waste, they will go over this car and grab a power cell. Once the player has gotten the power cell, they will take it back across the pool of toxic waste. The player will then have to maneuver their way around pipes by crouching and jumping. Next, the player will see an electric fence, and they will have to crouch under. In between these cars will be a cash pickup. Once the player has gotten back around the electric fence, they will go to a minefield, and they will have to avoid the mines by following this path. Once the player has gotten across the path, they will place the power cell in the generator and crouch under the garage door. Once the player has gotten inside the garage, they will enter this room to their left, collecting a cash pickup and a health pack. The player will also have to activate a fire alarm system that will put out these fires. Once the fires are out, the player will complete a color code puzzle by activating each of the pillars in the correct sequence to complete the puzzle. There will also be another power cell that the player will need to power the generator, opening the door once the player has completed the puzzle. Once the player has powered the generator, they will go up the steps to the top level of the garage. The player will go to their left, and in between the building and the car there will be a pressure plate. And inside the room there will be a health pickup and a cash pickup. There will also be an extinguisher that the player will use to put out these fires. Once the fires are out, the player will go around this car and collect a wheel that the player will use to put on this car, and they will be able to push the car off of the garage, and that will complete the level.
Thank you, Brian. Proceeding forward, we come into my level. My name is Brian Saltzman for Team Lettuce, and what we will need to do to transition directly into my level, we're still in Brian's level, is you press E onto this helicopter, and it will take you right over here, and we're going to animate the rotors and stuff later on, but it pretty much crashes into my level, and then we start moving forward. First off, the first puzzle is to knock away this beam here. The player comes to the first area. This area is going to be pretty much on fire from the helicopter crash, and the player must go over here, jump here, see the collectible, and jump over that thing. But the main objective in this area is to get these water barrels to extinguish the fire. You only need one. I put two there in case you lose one, just in case. But you throw the water barrel into the fire, unlocking the next scene. Just come over here, jump over this thing. You can use the grab knoll to get this collectible. Moving over here, I'm gonna jump through here. Another fire puzzle, and another water barrel to extinguish that. And then also you can move these blocks here to get these collectibles. Then over here, you can move this other box and get this collectible. Gave me a little bit of trouble, that one. Then you go back over here, and this will lead you into the other level. Crouch under here, jump over this thing. Want the player to always be doing something. And then you can jump through here, get this collectible. And then another box you can move. All the boxes you can move are textured the same to let the player know that they can move it, and this will be throughout the game, not just my level. And then when you come to this third fire bit, I sort of breadcrumb over here to the water barrels. And I put 3 down here just in case you knock one into the water. Gives the player a chance to have a mess up. Then this next area here, you gotta go over here and sort of crouch under this thing and make your way to this stone push block puzzle. Whew. Just gotta get this thing out of the way here. It's being a pain in the butt right now. Then you move this block into place. Once doing that, sound activates and you're able to pick up that collectible. Back over here. And then you can proceed forward through this canyon. There's another block you can move to get this collectible out of the way. Jump over this thing. Another collectible to the left here. And once you proceed through this stone door, it's your first platforming puzzle here. Pretty simple. To jump over here, and once you complete it, there's a collectible just sitting there. And then this collectible over here is a bit tricky to get to. Gotta get this box, jump up here. Ooh, did it first go around. And then next you have to do is push this block to get these trees to fall out of the way. Oh, if you break it like I just did, no big deal. You can still move these trees with the grab knoll. Then you come up to this glass wall here, which you can break with a box. Getting this collectible, the glass is shattering there. Then another short sequence of jump crouch puzzles, leading you to the second platforming puzzle, which is over here. Once you navigate through this thing, you drop down, and another glass breakaway wall right here leads you to another collectible, and this will be cash later. And then this is a breakaway wall. Probably going to change that at some point, but for right now it's a breakaway wall. And then over here you got to crouch to avoid the camera, picking up your iron key, which you will need to unlock a door. Got to crouch to avoid this camera. This camera will reset you, but not too far back. And then another camera here, you got to crouch down, leading you to this door here, which will disappear once you pick up the key. And then you'll go through here, another glass puzzle to break away. And then this will be the elevator leading into Evan's level. All you have to do is get in here, press E, and then you'll be in the next level.
Thanks, Brian. This is Evan Darling of Team Lettuce, and you'll start outside of this bunker, and to get inside, you'll have to move these blocks and jump. I did.
What'd you fuck up now?
Can you go back?
Everything.
Whatever, Brian and I are talking.
Thanks, Brian. This is Evan Darling of Team Lettuce, and you'll start my scene outside of a bunker. And to get inside the bunker, the player will have to move these boxes with the grab knoll to the front of this door here, and then jump on top of them and crawl inside. Now, when the player enters the main room of the bunker, they'll see this electrified water, and in order to get over it, they'll have to create a bridge by using this physics object here. Over here will be my featured asset, which is a mine, and the mine here is guarding this battery, which is an important piece to my scene. Now this battery will allow the player to open doors by powering on old computer switches like this. And after the player has done that, they'll be able to progress further into the level, and over here they'll see a minefield and they'll have to navigate past it. Once they've done that, they can come over here and break this glass window with this box, and then do it again to break out. Over here, under the table, the player will find an important collectible, which is a security badge, and it'll allow them to scan it into the security door further on the level. By investigating the rest of the player will be able to grab a battery that is hidden inside, and once they've done that, they can come over here and leave the room and navigate past another minefield to enter the room with the second computer. Once they've powered on the second computer, they can come over here and scan the security badge to enter into the next area. Once they've done that, they must come over here to this open window, grab the box with the grabnol, and break this glass. And in order to grab the last battery, the player will have to use the grabnol to lift this box down to the floor and jump on it to grab it. Powering on the last computer will allow the player to crawl under this open doorway, and once they've done that, they'll be able to open the safe here by interacting with the computer and then solving this physics puzzle right here by placing this on it.
Thanks, Evan. Hey guys, this is Fabio with Team Lettuce, and this is my level. It takes place in a sewer, right after everybody else's levels. There's some barrels right there, but they didn't load in time. Don't worry, that'll be changed. I'm gonna also change the lighting here. It's gonna be a little darker, which will make the player want to turn on their flashlight when they'll be able to see a hidden message. I'll also fix that. My featured asset is traps. There's going to be traps laid around the whole level, and the player is going to have to avoid them. Alright, moving on. We're going to go ahead and pass this door by hitting E. There's going to be another message here. And there's going to be several traps around the whole level, and just going to have to use your wit to get around them. We're going to stack boxes here. All the movable boxes have the same texture to help the player know which boxes are movable and which aren't. I'm going to go ahead and get this key right here. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and jump on this platform. These platforms are also movable. Then we're going to complete another objective. There's another trap. We just avoid it. There's a health pack right here. We're going to pick it up. We're going to jump on this platform here, pick up this item. Going to go ahead and move this box. See if we can do it without moving it. No. Okay. Alright, there we go. Gonna jump on that box. We're gonna get this other collectible right here. Alright. Gonna go ahead and jump on this platform, jump to the other one. Get to this door, hit E, open it. It's a one-way door, so it closes behind. And to get back to that place, you're gonna have to go around, but
We're going to avoid these puddles. Crawl under here, pick up this collectible. These collectibles are going to be changed to either cash or health packs. But right now we just have it as a simple collectible. And jump on this box, get over these pipes. So right here a message would pop up saying we need a key. So we need to go through this door. There's a trap there. Avoided that. We're going to break through this wall. Going to move this box out of the way. We're going to get that collectible, and then we're going to get this pickup here that we didn't get last time. And this so happens to be the key. That was a one-way door, so we're just going to have to go through here again. Going to get through this. Oh, we're going to fail hardcore. It's fine. Alright, getting over this one-way door again. Pressing E. Alright, now that we have the key, we're going to be able to stop the rushing waters. This right here, this invisible wall is supposed to be rushing waters. It'll be done by beta. We just don't have the texture for that right now. Okay, we're going to use the key here. Get this collectible down here. We reach a checkpoint and we're going to destroy that wall in front of us. We're going to run through it. We're going to use the other key we got. Unlock that. The player will be able to visually and see it. Visually and hear the door open. We're going to get these collectibles right here. There's another trap right there. We're going to avoid that. Going to jump over these platforms. Get this collectible. Reach a checkpoint, and we're just going to make it towards the end. There's a collectible to the right. We're going to go ahead and pick that up. Okay. Now we reached a door, and we're going to escape. Get out of the sewers. So this right here, this transition is just a placeholder right now. We're not sure if we're going to change it or not, but it's pretty much what we have right now. And yep, that's my level. Hunter, come on. Still going? Yeah.
Alright, thank you, Fabio. Once we finish coming up here, we will bust out of the sewer pipe into my level. One sec here. Bust on through here. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries. And there we are, we're in my level, Hunter Reese. This is the last area in our level. And right off the bat here, you're going to be using some of what you learned by maneuvering the boxes into place. And there's a collectible down in that pool too to get up on the other side. Now there's a immovable object in your way, so you'll have to come into the shed and grab this if the arrow keys would work. The arrow keys are broken. Alright. Go into the shed and grab this sledgehammer right here and knock down the door. Now that you're in here, you're in the bedroom. You have the option to continue, or you can turn on the record player for a little music throughout your level. Once you do that, you must move the bookcase out of the way, which is pretty heavy, and continue through the house. Just some fallen debris here and there that you have to crouch under and move. You come to the garage and you will notice the electrified water on the floor, in which you must navigate across the cars and flip the switch. Now you can continue forward into the living room, which will have more furniture and a fireplace once I get some more free assets from the Unity store. My featured asset is also right here. It's going to be a piano that you can play by hitting E, which plays the little tone there. Then you simply keep going through the basement here. Keep practicing and mastering what you've learned by moving these boxes. And grabbing the quick collectible right here. You can either jump over or crouch under that fallen pipe and continue forward using what you've learned already. Now in here you'll notice a similar setup to the garage in which the water is electrified. And now instead of simply jumping across, you must maneuver the platforms yourself in order to get safely across the water without taking any damage. If you do, there is a health pack here waiting on the other side. And you make it to the final area with the computer and safe, which will automatically recognize that you are a human and give you that pickup. And then once you have that pickup, you should be able to open the door, which is pretty heavy. And now you are outside through the storm hatch. And you must continue to use what you know about moving blocks to set up a little staircase for yourself, which will lead you to the front yard, the last collectible. And now you are finally free and have made it to your car in the city.
Good job.